Brian Stevens with the National Real Estate Post. I have my good friend Chris Martin, the co-CEO of Oaktree Funding. How are you doing today, Chris?
Good, Brian. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there. Hey, let's jump right in here. I had a conversation yesterday with Dave Stevens, and I asked him this question. I want to know how it's affecting non-QM. But we're seeing home builder sentiment. It's going up. Loan apps are up 26%. Rates are down right now. Inflation seems to be down. Dave Stevens says we're over the summit right now. Are we seeing greener pastures right now for non-QM in general, as opposed to 6 months ago?
Oh, well, opposed to 6 months ago, absolutely. Especially here at Oaktree, we've really feel like we've stemmed the bleeding. We have fantastic investors, counterparts that we work with. Nothing has changed on our ability to make loans, but we just have better sources of sources of our loans to go to. So we feel like we're over that summit, as you said. Now, as far as the rest of the market goes, I'm not sure. I'll tell you after we hear Fed Chair Powell talk next week, I think is when he speaks again.
If he gets over his COVID, if he gets over COVID, he just got COVID.
Oh, that's true. Well, let's hope Bullard doesn't take his place then.
Right. Well, you know what we're hearing that from everybody across the board is saying that things are kind of stabilizing. Inflation is kind of trending down right now. The numbers look pretty good. I heard the Fed are going to raise rates one more time by 1/4%. And I actually think that the market is going to respond well to that. So again, going back 6 months ago, when we lost a lot of non-QM companies who just didn't run their business or run their hedge properly, you guys managed to stick around and do the right thing. Are things a little bit more stable on that end for you guys?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have a much more solidified investor base. We have some permanent cash that we're selling loans to. So I saw an advertisement. I laughed because we have exactly that. The question was, do you have an investor that you can sell portfolio? You can sell to a securitization to make sure you're getting best pricing, and we have all of that. We've got permanent capital in place. We've got securitization outlet in place. We can do we still underwrite to our own guidelines. We still make our own credit decisions. We're still we are the lender. We're not relying upon another third party to make an underwriting decision for us. And things are great. We're selling loans on a very consistent, regular basis. I'm pleased to report that we even put out a tape last week, a smaller pool than what we're normally used to, something around the $17 to $20 million range, and we were pleasantly surprised with the pricing in the marketplace. Things seem to be really coming back. It's public record. If you go to finsight.org, it tells you where the non-QM securitizations are being traded at. Onslow Bay did a securitization, which is owned by Anali. They had 175 over on their AAAs, which is fantastic, and they sold the bonds at par. There was an investor that had like a 175 at the tail end of last year but they sold it at like 92. It was like not really at 150 or 175. So this is good to see they did that. And then Invictus, which is the parent company of Veris, they did a securitization, and their AAA sold at 150 over par, at par on the AAA bonds, which we haven't seen levels like that consistently since over 6 months ago.
That's awesome.
The 5 and 3 year swaps have gone down exponentially. As we keep a weather eye on what the market's doing, those have gone down. They were both well in the 4s. I haven't looked today, but I think the 3 years it was just over 4, like 4.01 yesterday, which is down 30-40 basis points from its high. The 5 years are trading in the 3.6 range, 3.5 range, somewhere in that neighborhood. So those are all good positive things for the non-QM mortgages, just in general, just because it gives everybody a little bit of a sigh of relief. Investors are coming back. I actually had a meeting with my team yesterday. This is a great time. If you want to do if you in the mortgage business in general, if you have good relationships with realtors, investor partners, CPAs, whoever you get your business from, and our folks as well, our account executives, you have good relationships with your brokers. This is a great time to really dig in and figure out this business, because the rates are at a yield where investors like to see them at, not just bondholders, but and investors. The rates are kind of right in that neighborhood where they can get the returns to their investors that they're after. The market's great. It's softened. The property market's softened. So that means that, your buyers can get better deals on houses, waive inspections. We can back to appraisal contingencies, stuff like that. Loan contingencies, if there's a problem with the loan, any reason, they have a lot more flexible. They got a lot more buying power now. And they might think, oh man, rates are up, my payment's going to be higher. Well, there's things we can do about that as well. You could buy down the rate. You can do interest only, as we've discussed in the past. If you can afford the house at this point, this is the best time to buy, because, listen, and then when and if rates get back down to 4 or 5% range again, then refi it. No big deal. But or property values will go up and sell and take the equity, whatever you want to do. But I mean, it's a great time to be in the market. It's a great time to get a loan. It's a great time to work with Oaktree, because we've got some great products. Our turn times have never been faster than they are today. We've employed lots and lots of technology. We've continued to make capital investments on the human front. We just hired 2 more underwriters, full-time permanent underwriters. So we have the solid base in place to help you guys get your loans done. Oh yeah, and as I mentioned before, we just got back to price matching, where we've put out our price match guarantee. So I know that a lot of brokers are like, well, man, and we're seeing it too. There's been some stagnancy in our pipeline. Loans that were locked 3 weeks ago, rates have tumbled, right? Rates have improved 250 basis points in the last couple of weeks on the non-QM side.
Yep.
And we're just, that's in price, and we're seeing the effects of that now. Borrowers are seeing, oh, hey, rates have gone down, I should start shopping around. You can tell your borrowers, don't worry, I've got your loan with Oaktree. They've got the best rate match guarantee. Get your appraisal done, get your things done. Let's get your loan approved, so that when you're ready to close, we can close at the very best rate possible and on time.
That's it's so funny watching rates go down. It's like, rates go down by, say you get 150 basis points, people are looking for 200. If they go down 200 basis points, people are looking for 250. It's always, if I give you $20, you're asking me why I didn't give you $50 type of thing. So this is kind of a big thing. Rates are now becoming a bigger part of the game once again. And the fact that you guys are price matching, meaning you guys have the best rates in the non-QM space, is a huge benefit. Price matching is absolutely massive. As a loan officer, you have to really take this into consideration. Now, another thing that we were talking about that goes along with the price matching, it kind of, hand in hand, salt and pepper, peanut butter and jelly type of thing. Inventory is down.
Right.
Loans are still, closing deals are still kind of hard to do. Pipelines are kind of hard to hold on to right now. So you've got some thoughts on pipelines and loan officers and how Oaktree can help these guys out.
I mean, it goes back to what I was just mentioning on the price match. You have to have your customers have to understand that you have their best interest at heart. You are essentially their fiduciary. You're not licensed as such. You're not a financial advisor, but you are their financial advisor. You're there to help them as a broker, as a loan professional, to help them get the best deal that they qualify for. I was just talking to a borrower today, and he has to wait about a month before he can close, because he's got he's shorter term income. He's a self-employed borrower. He's got 24 months. We obviously most loans require 24 months self-employed. This guy's been self-employed for about 13 months now. So we want to get him over that couple extra months, so that he's self-employed for about 1.5 years. And we make those exceptions. And in this particular instance, it was in a complete other line of work. We'll make the exception for 1 year, but I digress. We have the ability, he's talking about, man, the rates, and I think the rates might go down. I don't want to sign my disclosure. And it's like, look, if the rates are lower by the time your loan's ready to close, we're going to give you the lower rate. Be honest with them. You guys are aligned in the fact that you want to get them in their house. You want to help them achieve their dream of home ownership. If they start with somebody else in a month, and I know that it's going to take even more time to get that loan done, and anything can pop up at the time. If we can get everything done for you right now, then we can get your deal done. We can get your deal closed. We can get your loan done. Your realtors are happy. Everybody's on the same page. And if you're just worried about a lower rate, we can always wait to lock, and we can always give you the best rate that's available when you're ready to close. So Oaktree and our team, we specialize in, I've been in your seat. When I say your seat, I'm talking to your audience. I've been a loan officer. I've been a branch manager. I've been all on the retail side of the business. And now on the wholesale side, we work with brokers for over 10 years. And I can tell you this much. We understand what it takes to get a loan closed. We understand what it takes to help you protect your pipeline. And we're going to do everything that we can to make sure that your loan closes on time at the best rate possible at any given moment, whenever that time is. And if you're ready to refinance it in 6 or 8 months, we can help you do that as well. We can work with you. A lot of companies have early payoff provisions, and I'm not saying we don't. However, when the time comes, we can help you work to make sure that you're restructuring the borrower. Rates go down exponentially. We're not looking to hurt anybody. We want to make sure that everyone's getting the best deal that they qualify for at the time that they're ready to close it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Now, on the product line right now, so are we still, are we up to, on the DSCR, are we up to 8 again, or are we at 4? Where are we at with those as far as how many units we could do?
We don't have a matrix published for it, but we can go up to 8 units. We can do some mixed use. We're in the process of working on some additional, I'm not going to go into it because I'll get 15 calls on it, but
sure.
We have some additional commercial-esque programs that we're looking for. We've got some new investors that we're bringing on board that specifically specialize in, small balance residential commercial financing. We've got a lot of things in store for 2023, and I think that you're going to be pleasantly surprised as you and I talk over the course of the next few weeks to all of the different programs and products that we're going to be able to bring to market.
Yeah, and guys, I keep saying this just at nauseum, but if you're not fully engaged in non-QM, you need to be. It's just a huge portion of the business. It's a huge underserved portion of the business. There's business that we can go ahead and create in non-QM right now. People who don't even know they can get loans. If you're a realtor, a lender, or teams, and you want to have one-on-ones, Oaktree will do it for you. They have account reps who will walk you through all the products. They will explain the products to you so you can have confidence when you're having conversations with either realtors or clients. And if you want to know how to sell these products to realtors or clients, these guys have been doing this stuff for years. They've got expertise on it. They're here to help you right now. All you have to do is reach out. Now, I know you guys aren't as busy as you want to be right now. I know You've got time to lean, you got time to clean. Call these guys up, spend a couple hours, invest it in your business by talking with them, get to know Oaktree. They'll help you out. This is a great time to be in the business. If we have gone over the summit and things are about to get better, listen, it's going to be a smaller pie. You need to get a bigger piece. This is a great way to do it. Chris,
absolutely.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Thanks,
and by
buddy.
the way, I got to just tell you this. You're wearing it on your face. I can see that you're in a better spot right now. We're
really in a much better spot.
That's awesome, man. Good to hear from you.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks.